At Clara Vista Bookkeeping, they believe a strong financial root system is the key to success. From bookkeeping services to business consulting, Kelan Macy says your business needs a financial gardener. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so if you could kind of give us an idea, an overview of all the things you do at Clara Vista.
Well, for sure. At Clara Vista Solutions, we have three main services. Historical cleanup. So if your books are messy and you're not sure where to start, where to go, what we can do is we can help you clean up your books and get them caught up so that you can come to us for ongoing bookkeeping services.
Okay.
And then we can take over and provide you with monthly financial reports every month, so that way you know what you did in the previous month. And then fractional CFO or Chief Financial Officer services, so that way we can forecast into the future. So those are the three main financial or services that we offer to business owners.
This fractional CFO is such a nice thing for people who, maybe their CFO is transitioning out, they're trying to figure out, they're in the interim, or, they want somebody who can, be a little bit more affordable and provide that really great success path for them.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of business owners, a lot of big businesses have a CFO on staff, but small businesses don't realize that they can also have a CFO for a fraction of the cost.
Right.
And what a CFO does is it allows them to forecast into the future. So a bookkeeper helps them see where they've been. A CFO helps them see where they're going.
Okay.
And so if they're not going in the right direction, the CFO can help them right the ship. And we can right the ship along the path and make sure we're hitting the targets along the journey, which is really helpful in a lot of ways.
How would you say people really benefit from your services, or who is a great customer for you?
Yeah, so really any business owner who really doesn't understand their numbers or understand their finances, what's the story that the reports are telling them? So anybody who doesn't understand the difference between direct and indirect costs, and anybody who doesn't understand the costs, I love to talk about, and I get really excited about the costs. Because they're so important and they can make or break your business. And so understanding gross profit and net profit, and you can't just look at the top line revenue, because that's not really, doesn't tell you the whole story. You got to understand where your direct costs go, because your gross profit line is really your starting line. Once you understand your starting line, then you can understand what you do with the rest of the money and what you do with the net profit. Then once you understand your net profit, what do you do with net profit? That's not really all the cash that goes in your bank account. Then you got to understand your balance sheet. And your balance sheet is so important. You have to understand your balance sheet and look at that by month over several months, so that you can understand your cash flow. And I could really nerd out. So.
Well, but it's a great thing, because some of this stuff is really tough. It's hard to do, and as you mentioned, it's not always easy to keep a CFO on staff. You talk about this root system being important. If you could touch on that quickly.
Yeah, so I use my logo as a teaching tool. So my logo is a tree, and at the root of the tree is water. So, and that represents cash flow. Without a good flow of cash,
makes sense.
And that represents the statement of cash flows. So at the top of the tree we've got the fruit, which is the income statement, and at the base, the trunk of the tree is the balance sheet, and at the roots are the statement of cash flows. If you don't have a good flow of cash going through the balance sheet and into your income statement, you don't have a good fruitful business. So you have to look at and review all three financial reports every month in order to have a good fruitful business. You have to understand what they're saying, and you have to review them every month. A lot of business owners don't really do that, or if they are doing that, they don't always understand what they're saying. So to really truly understand the story that the reports are telling you, and then to have a good fractional CFO to help you understand what the future of the business, where you're forecasted to go, and then how to right the ship.
Well, you really have a really solid plan there. I know so much can be found on your website, from bookkeeping to fractional CFO services. Tell us that website one more time in case somebody wants to find you.
ClaraVistaSolutions.com.
Perfect place to go. Thank you so much. That was a really great overview of a lot of really specific things. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.